Thoughts are energy passing into the body. If you hold on to the thoughts, then you're holding on to the energy, and you're storing the energy. Now, energy is not made to be stored. Energy is created to be used, and then to be expressed, so it stays in the flow. If you hold on to energy, you're also holding on to memory. And memory is stored either in the mind, or if you overeat, memory is stored in putting fat in the body, whether it's on the outside, whether it's around your organs, but it's all stored energy, which is stored memory. Because energy wasn't made to be stored, this is not natural, and this creates dis-ease. So whatever comes in as thoughts is meant to come in, take what resonates with you, take what feels right, and then release what doesn't. Don't hold on to it. The more you store, the less processing room you have for the mind, for the digestive system. Just like a computer, the more memory that has been taken up, the slower the computer works. So try and stay in the knowing that what comes in is there for your use, but it's also there to be released what you don't use. Just like banks. Money is energy. Money gets stored in the banks, and then it gets released back into the flow of the economy. Just like water. Water flows between the banks, flows like a currency. The banks hold the currency, and the banks distribute that currency back out to the ocean. There's a very symbolic metaphor there, and this might explain a lot why there's a lot of funny stuff going on within the monetary system right now. So energy is one of those levels of understanding that can help you create whatever you want. But it must be respected, and it must be done to the best of your ability and the best of your knowledge. And that's all that can be asked, as long as your intentions are of the highest for yourself and for everybody. Then the energy will flow back to you. As long as you don't hold on to too much, just use what you need, release what you don't, then the energy that you release will flow on to others, and they can do the same. This is how the consciousness within the quantum field works. It's all about everything you need coming to you and releasing everything you don't need, so the flow continues. As soon as you create in the memory, you're taking something out of that flow. You're blocking the flow. It's like putting a dam in the river. So just keep that in mind. Let thoughts flow right through you if they don't resonate, if they're negative, if they play into all this media negative rubbish, politics, war, all that type of stuff. That's all just designed to keep you busy and fill your memory up so that you don't have time or energy, processing power to think about what really matters and how things really work. Now that people are waking up, there's other things to learn, and it's not to fight things like the media and politics. It's to create a replacement. If you fight them, you only energize them. If you create a replacement, they just shrink away to nothing. What you don't energize, you don't bring back to you. So what you do energize in a positive way with emotions, you will bring back to you. Emotions are felt through the heart, and the heart is a magnet to attract back whatever you put out. So the more love you put out, the more love you show, the more love you will attract back. The more fear you put out, or the more hate, that you show, the more fear and hate you will attract back. And this is how the media, propaganda, mockingbird machine works. So the only way to de-energize that is just to not give energy to it. Stop talking about it. Stop watching it. Until you get to a stage where it doesn't invoke any emotions or any feelings one way or another. You can observe it from a neutral position just to understand what they're trying to do. And if it's not affecting you emotionally, then you're not charging it any longer. But if it's still affecting you emotionally, you're contributing to it and you are part of the problem. So there's a lot of inner work you need to do before you dive into those sort of situations. Because if you do it unaware or unconsciously, you're getting dragged into the system, into the cycle, what they call into the matrix. Once you have enough knowledge on that sort of thing, you can dip your toes in and out whenever you like without it affecting you, and then just carry on with everyday life. But everything is an energy transfer, one way or another. So it's about being aware of how you're giving your energy, what you're giving your energy to. If you give all your energy to watching the war, then all you're going to receive in reality is warlike scenarios or the equivalent energy in return. So if you're in a bit of a stuck place and you're not sure what's going on around the world right now, it's really hard, I know, but just try and concentrate on what feels good, what's exciting for you, what's positive for you, and completely shut off all the other drama that doesn't actually affect you in your everyday life, whether it's to or from work, around home, going to the beach, going for walks. If there is no war there, if there is no politics there, don't even look at it. Just be present in what you're doing and ignore the other stuff. And with time, the awareness and the consciousness of what's really going on will come into play in your own mind. Because whatever you observe unconsciously still contributes to the overall collective consciousness of the planet. So if you are unaware, contributing to media narratives, you're actually a slight detriment to everybody within the planet, because we're all connected. So it doesn't pay to go too deep into those things until you've got a good perspective and a good control and knowledge over what's going on, and then you can help lift humanity out of this big old rabbit hole that we're all in.